All right, cool. So I'm super excited to break down behind the scenes a little bit about your business, your journey, where you are, where you were, and most importantly, super excited just about the success that you've had in your business. I just have a few questions, but other than that, like we're gonna freestyle this thing and just see, how can we give you more value and help you with the direction you want to go, and the viewers and anybody else who wants to start their online Amazon business or start their brand, how they could potentially get a kickstart, right? So let's dive right into it, Tim. Like, when did you decide? I know you've been doing this for a while. When did you decide to get started with the brand, and how did the brand come about, and where did that come up with, man? Talk to me a little bit about that.
Okay, I was a barber in Tacoma, Washington for about 10 years. I owned a barbershop. And when I was in the barbershop, I always been have my hands in e-commerce. I just couldn't put it all together.
Okay.
I used to order stuff from China and put it in my barbershop, and people used to buy from my barbershop. So one time I went to New York for this convention, barber convention, and I got a whole lot of like shea butter and different things from like the little garment district that they got downtown in Manhattan.
Okay.
And I whipped up a concoction and started selling it in my barbershop, and a lot of people start seeing me on Instagram selling in my barbershop, so they wanted me to start selling it to them. And I have a lot of family in Louisiana and all over, so I started shooting it out to them. And but it just wasn't fast enough. It wasn't quick enough for me. So I was thinking, like, during COVID, it kind of shut the barbershop down. We couldn't cut hair, we couldn't do nothing for a minute. And I started thinking, like, man, maybe I need to sell this property and move down to Atlanta so I can figure things out. So I got the EYL. I seen you on EYL.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, shout out to Troy and Rashad. That's the homies.
Yeah, I seen you on the episode once I got into the EYL University. And I resonated with that more than I resonated with a whole bunch of stocks and all that kind of stuff like that. So I'm more of a hustler, bro. I've been through a lot. So
that's love.
Yeah, I resonated with this, and I knew it was on because I tried to make a website before, but I didn't know what I was doing. So
right.
Yeah, Amazon's the truth. Yeah.
That's love, man. So first and foremost, man, again, I'm so excited for you, man. Congratulations on your success. And for anybody who's watching the video, note takers or money makers, I want you to have something, pause this video, get something to take notes with now, because Tim already broke down a few gems that I want you to understand, and I'm already taking mental note of them. Number one, he said things were going okay, but they weren't going as planned or as he wanted. We're in the middle of a recession. The pandemic was happening. So what do you say? Let me sell this house. Let me relocate. Let me do something else. So I'm often saying, like, if you're not getting the results that you want, chances are you're not doing the things that require what that result can be a verdict of, right? So if you're not doing things that are creating that result, then shift what you're doing, right? Most times, people who have successful businesses are just simply doing what other people are not doing. I often say the 1% has what the 99% doesn't, because they're willing to do what the 99% won't. Shutting down a business, changing locations, starting a new business in the middle of a pandemic, a lot of people, it could be scary, it could be risky, but shout out to Jim Rohn. He said the riskiest thing is not starting, right? Like, if you think starting a business is risky, wait till you get the bill for not trying. So shout out, that's just a huge gem. And he said another gem. He said he found me on EYL's YouTube channel. Was it YouTube or podcast? I know we've done a lot of stuff together.
University, I went ahead and bought the whole EYL University.
Okay.
The whole thing. I went through all of the courses they had on there, and I resonated with yours more than any of them.
Got it. Okay, that's love.
I met Marcel at InvestFest.
Okay, at InvestFest. Okay, cool. So investing in yourself, man, going all in on yourself, willing to try something new. That's just the key. Like, so many people, they don't get started, Tim, because they're asking themselves, what if it don't work? But you said, like, you're a hustler. It was working, but it wasn't working to your favor how you wanted it to work. So you went all in, and then now things are starting to move your way. So talking about that again, I'm just super excited for you. Like, you said things weren't exactly where you were. Like, now, like, what milestones have your company surpassed, or what are you working towards in terms of like revenue or like milestones? Like, what was like a great accomplishment for you, or something that you just accomplished or you're close to accomplishing? It can be revenue, growth, amount of products, like something like that.
Okay, when I had my barbershop, I was only selling a little at a time, you know, a couple cans or whatever. And at the Jungle Scout, listened to your course, and it talked about the Jungle Scout, and I started looking up all the stuff they had, because I had the business on dormant for real. And then I said, oh, goodness, this is what this is doing. So, you know, I bring it back, and I haven't been selling. I started selling pretty much like November of last year. I already hit 70K. So
wow, God is good. 70K. Shout out, man. So I owe you a couple trophies. I owe you a 10K trophy, and you about to hit the 100K. That's the big boy trophy. So shout out.
Yeah.
Wow.
I think I'll get that around December maybe.
Christmas is coming up, man. I see you got the beard too. I see you got the beard. So you use all the products too, right?
Right, I'm using it too.
I see the beard looking clean, man.
Yeah, I gotta be the mascot.
That's awesome. So I started in the bath and body industry. And I made a lot of money in the beauty industry, bath and body industry. There's a few things about the products most of the products that you have that I really like, and that I think the viewers can learn from. So like you've got like the beard oils and the beard conditioners. These are usable products, and the beautiful thing about usable products is once you use them up and you like them, you got to order more of them. Now, the beard combs, those are more of the one and dones. However, the beard balms, the beard conditioners, the beard oils, if you use them and they keep your beard clean, you know what I mean, and they're doing their job, and the price is good, the value is there, they'll continue to keep coming back. So a little bit at the end of the episode, I want to dive into the marketing and what you're doing and see if there's any loose ends that I could help with to help you crush it. But for instance, like with one of my products that was a consumable, we did a lot of body butters. And the way that you crush it is the subscribe and save. So I'm not sure if you're tapped into it, and we could tap into it a little bit at the end of the episode, but subscribe and save is so powerful, because how often do you think like someone has a beard like you, how often would they be ordering beard oil? Like every other month?
And probably every month.
Every month?
Real, if they're using it twice a day like I recommend, it you know.
Okay, so listen, they often say that in marketing, and one of my mentors, Russell Brunson, said this, that amateurs monetize the front end and experts monetize the back. So the way a lot of people think about it is, let me go ahead and sell this beard oil every single month at full price, right? And what happens is you got to hunt each month. But imagine if you had a trap that could just hunt for you, right? A lot of hunters, they spend time setting up traps, setting up different types of recording devices to see the paths of the animals. With the subscribe and save, you're setting up a trap. And what happens is on the first month, you give them a discount, but you're setting up a subscribe and save. So now, because I have a beard, it's small like yours, but let's say I come into your world and I buy a beard oil, instead of being, let's just say $29.99 or whatever you sell it for, I'm going to sell it to you for $19.99 for the first month when you subscribe and save. And then every 30 days, it's going to auto bill you and then auto send you one. So why would I do that? Number one, because I'm incentivized and I'm getting a discount as a consumer. Number two, I ain't got to worry about it. How many times have you bought something or you continuously buy something and you forget to buy it? Dog food, toilet paper, happens to me all the time. So now, like these consumers on Amazon, they're setting up subscribe and save. So I just wanted to throw that bar in there really quick, because that's amazing. And again, I want to dive into your listing a little bit later at the end and just see any missing hanging fruit or anything we can do to help you. But that's awesome, man. I got to ask you, where'd you come up with the name Sauce at?
Well, man, I got barbers at the shop, and we just clown all the time, and we just came up with something. It's just, you know, easy.
You got that sauce. Tim's got that sauce.
It's real creative. We've got a lot of names for a lot of stuff, man. You know, it's just being in camaraderie with your friends, your buddies, and stuff like that. You'll come up with something easy.
That's awesome. The reason why I asked that is because so many people, when they're starting out, Tim, they struggle with the name. And it's like, the more you like focus on one thing, what happens is you get analysis paralysis. So many people are like, well, I haven't started. When I ask them, why not? Well, I don't know what to call the thing. Have you ever sold any of your products before it was the sauce? Was it another name, or maybe you didn't have a name, or was it always the sauce from day one?
It was always sauce because it was easy.
It was easy.
It was easy sauce, man. Cause at first I was doing it was for hair and skin and everything. So I already got the name Sauce, and Sauce is a hot name right now. So I was like, let's go. Let's go. Let's do it.
That's amazing. So many times people overcomplicate things, overcomplicate branding, overcomplicate packaging, overcomplicate the names. And you just got to take action. And I often tell people the good thing is, like, it don't matter what the colors are, the branding is, the name is. Get the product to the marketplace and start making money. You can always change the branding. You can always change the name. It's not like you're putting tens of millions of dollars into this and you got a trademark brand and all this. So that's just dope that you came up with it. You know, it was really easy, and you was able to get to the marketplace with it. So like, let's talk to me, like, when you're starting out, like, anybody that's in your position, like maybe they want to make a transition or a pivot from what they're doing, or maybe start a side hustle, or they want to start a brand, they want to start an online Amazon business. Like, what recommendations would you give them, since you started from the mud with this? And actually you started brick and mortar and then with e-commerce. So maybe, like, let's split it up a little bit. Like, what recommendation would you give for somebody who's just getting started with their Amazon business? And what recommendation would you give, secondly, to somebody who may have products in a physical location or selling them, you know, person to person and then bringing them online?
I encourage everybody to get on the e-commerce thing, because, like, if you're brick and mortar, you just selling it to one person. Basically, say if you got a trap house or whatever, I'm gonna go back to if you got a like a trap, people can only come to you.
Right.
It's in your neighborhood or just around, or just can drive to you. But when you're on the World Wide Web, you're worldwide. You can go everybody's. And plus, when you go to sleep, I wake up in the morning, it's a couple hundred already sold. You know, that's
wow.
a good feeling. You go to sleep, and then you wake up and you still got money that when you couldn't even get there. So yeah, that's the beauty of it right there. It never sleeps. E-commerce never sleeps. So
hey, it's the making money while I sleep for me. You know, Warren Buffett has one of the quotes that, I'm sorry, what'd you say?
I said it's probably making money right now while we're talking.
Wow, making money while we talking. I'm telling you, when I got started earlier in the days, Warren Buffett had a quote that just touched my soul. And Warren says, quote unquote, that if you don't find a way to make money while you sleep, you'll work until you die. So it's crazy, yo, like how, like, you had an amazing product and you were selling it one-to-one. You said something key there. You were selling it one-to-one. People loved it. You were getting great feedback. You were getting sales, but it was one-to-one. Now it's one-to-many, and the potential is globally, right? So it's just absolutely crazy, man. So that's absolutely amazing. So you said that you found out about us and our world through EYL. Shout out to Rashad and Troy again, EYL and EYL University. So what if you could say one thing, like, what do you feel in the program or in the curriculum it helped you out the most? We're always looking for feedback or any way that we can improve to help people more.
The analysis paralysis thing, you know, I didn't get caught up on a lot of stuff because I heard you talk about the analysis paralysis. And I take notes. You say note takers. You got a little slogan about the
note takers and money makers, right?
Yeah, everything you say, I put my ear to it. I listen deeply. You know, I know who Russell Brunson is and everybody. So I listen.
That's awesome, man. The crazy thing is, a lot of people in the industry don't talk too much about the mindset stuff, and it's a touchy subject because people think it's fluff. Everybody wants to get rich. Everybody wants to make a ton of money. And when you start talking about mindset, they're like, yo, tell me what button to press. Tell me how to run up the bag. Tell me how to make a ton of money. But the thing is, when I reverse, because I've had the pleasure and I've been blessed to be able to help people in 150 plus countries for the last 7 years, tens of thousands of people. I used to run seminars, virtual seminars weekly for 2 years straight. And it's like, we're always looking at data. I'm a data guy. And when we run out surveys and I do interviews like this with people who are crushing it, it's crazy is because the thing that paralyzed them from success is not oftentimes the business, but it was the mindset. And then when I talk to the people and I ask them, like, what's one of the things that helped you? It's not module 3, video 5 talking about this specific strategy. It was somebody who was successful telling me, hey, listen, if you believe in yourself, you take action, you invest in yourself, you follow the frameworks, you don't give up, you take notes and make this thing work, it's gonna work out. And it's crazy because so many people look past that, Tim. So that's dope that you said it was the mindset and that was important. I respect that.
And I learned a lot of stuff that I didn't know doing this too. Like I learned a lot about graphic design. I used to pay people on Fiverr and Upwork to do stuff, and now I'm doing that stuff in 10 minutes. You know, so the more you mess around with it, the more you're gonna learn. You know. So. That's
amazing, man. So let me see. Like I said, we're basically just freestyling this. I just had a few questions. What do you feel like? Let's talk about how we can help you get to the next level, Tim. Like, what do you feel you struggle with the most during your business, or what do you feel like you're struggling with? Like, if we could pull this lever, knock down this obstacle, or break past this right now, you'd be to the moon.
The pay-per-click.
The pay-per-click. PPC?
The manual keywords, manual campaign keywords and stuff like that. Like I can do an auto campaign, that'll crush it. But, you know, I figure like people always talking about the manual campaigns are the one that's really good.
Okay.
And I find the right keywords and, you know, make all my products sell. Like I have products and they all sell, but like I have a couple products that's just crushing it, and then I have products that's doing okay. Kind of want them all to do real good.
Yeah, absolutely. So I always talk about PPC like being like a spotlight, right? Like you could have the talk of the town talking about a restaurant, and then you could have people typing for the type of restaurant and find your restaurant. But if you have a spotlight and then you have like, you know, them big balloon figures that's like dancing out in front of the place, like people are gonna be driving by, they're gonna be like, what is that? And then they're gonna look at it. So it's really just amplifying your products. So Amazon's pretty simple, right? It's a search, it's a algorithm, and it's basically a search database just like Google. The difference is people are searching for stuff to buy instead of searching for stuff to find. So the way that you are found on Amazon is one of two ways. There's only two ways. You're found organically, which all that means is that you're already ranking for search terms. So when somebody types in beard oil or beard balm, you're showing up on that first page, or you're showing up in that specific page. The only way you can get to that first page, which is the most predominant real estate, is to earn search ranking, right? Now we'll get to that in a second. The second way is to buy your way there, right? And that's why PPC is called pay-per-click. Now, oftentimes people, and by the way, like notate this, and we could talk about this afterwards, but we now just recently started offering PPC done for you. So we actually manage PPC for our clients now, which is crazy. So we could chat about that later. Like I just wanted to come on here and pour into you, man, and just give people value into that. But there's two ways you can get it: through organic ranking, organic search, or through pay-per-click. Pay-per-click is essential because the only way to earn organic ranking, because the algorithm, we could talk about all these nerd terms and this crazy like scientifical stuff when it comes to the algorithm and all this complex stuff. The real easy way to look at it is whoever is getting the most amount of clicks to sales, that's it, clicks to sales, is going to increase their rank, meaning that they're showing up closer to the number one spot. 2/3 of America, 51% of the globe shops on Amazon. Nobody, 96% does not go past the first page. 96% of all sales are on the first page. We're not going to page 2, page 3, page 4. So you can have an amazing product, but if you're not getting the eyeballs on it, it's not going to sell. So when we talk about PPC, there's a few reasons why people fail. Number one, they look at it as an expense. I don't want to spend no money. Well, it's actually an asset when done properly, because the goal is for the PPC to break even at worst or be profitable at best, right? So the easy way to tell if you're breaking even or where your profit margins are going to be with PPC is to look at your ACOS, which is average cost of sale. How much is it costing for somebody to click on your ad and buy your product? And what is your profit margin? So if your COGS, which is cost of goods shipped, that's how much is it to make my product, ship it to me, get it to Amazon, and the fulfillment by Amazon fee. Whatever that total is combined, subtracted from what I'm selling it for, what is that percentage? So if I'm all in at, let's just say if I'm all in at $3 and I'm selling it for $10, right? Well, that profit margin, whatever that profit margin is, your ACoS or average cost of sale, how much it costs for somebody to click on your ad and buy your product, cannot go over that. If it goes over that, then you're in a deficit. If it goes under it, then you're in a positive. So the goal is to spin and get new customers, new eyeballs on your product at break even or at positive. Remember, amateurs monetize the front, amateurs monetize the back. Imagine if you lose $1 to acquire a customer. That's a loss, and a loss is a loss, right? Or what happens if 50% of them are doing a subscribe and save? So 50% of the people that come into your world are like, I like this, it's a good price, I believe in this company, I want to subscribe and save. So you lost $1 on the first purchase, but now you have continuity every single month they're getting billed, and you got new sauces going out every single month, right? That's the way we want to think, because it's easier to sell something to a client who's already bought than it is to go out and acquire a new client. So there's multiple benefits to PPC, and I think that that's one of the main reasons when people start PPC. So PPC can be as difficult as you make it, right? You can get really complex with it, but I always say, like, make success simple, right? There's, for the most part, when it comes into PPC within Amazon, there's only a few campaigns. You have two big ones, manual and automatic. When you break down manual, you have broad, you have phrase, you have exact, and you have negative search phrases, right? These are the 4 different types of manual campaigns. So the easy way to do it without going into a PPC lesson is to take your keyword. So let's come up with 100 keywords. Beard repair kit, beard balm oil, beard balm gift kit, beard oil gift kit. Let's look in Jungle Scout. Let's look at these tools and see what these keywords are getting high search volume. How many people are searching them? Let's prioritize the top 100 most searched keywords or search phrases that are close to our product. And then let's go ahead and create a manual campaign for exact. Then we want to duplicate that and change it to broad. Then we want to duplicate that and change it to phrase. Then we want to, what we want to do is we want to run the test on those 3 different groups and see which keywords are performing best. Nobody can tell you if beard balm oil exact, which means if somebody types in beard balm oil, you're going to show up, is going to perform better than beard balm, best beard balm kit for men, which would be a phrase, which means beard balm oil just has to be within a phrase. No one can tell which is going to perform best. So when we get the list of keywords, we test the 3 different campaigns. Every single day we're going in there to look at the ACoS, which is the average cost of sale, to see which one is profitable, which one's at a loss. You following me?
Yeah, I follow you. I follow.
So
I got you.
I'll go one more layer. When we're looking at it, we're looking for clicks, we're looking for profitability. If we're getting a lot of clicks but no sales, we want to reduce the spend or reduce the bid per that actual phrase. If we're getting sales and one's a break even and the other one's slightly negative, but the slightly negative is getting more sales than the break even, we want to keep them where they are, because what we found is the most profitable keywords to rank organically for, which means when people go to Amazon, they type in our keyword and buy our product. When they buy it without clicking on an ad, we get 100% of the money, with the exception of Amazon's FBA fees. They click on an ad, Amazon takes theirs. We want to rank for the high search terms, but what we notice is the high search terms, the high volume of search terms, which is usually the short tail keywords. So beard oil kit, beard oil gift kit, right? Those are short term, very specific terms. Those are going to be less profitable on PPC, but more profitable on organic. So a lot of people, they're not figuring that out. They're like, yo, I'm wasting money here. Let's turn this off. When in reality, the money that you're making over here on the organic side, which is high margin, is being fueled by the click-through to purchase rate that's coming from your PPC. So people mess that pendulum up. They don't know how to look at that. So when you're looking at that, you're thinking about, how am I acquiring new customers? And the goal is to rank organically. So again, like, we offer now PPC done for you, and it's like the cheapest in the industry because we're not a PPC agency. However, we offer this for clients in the AMZ formula. Like, you'll never see an ad, you'll never see me promoting that we're a PPC agency, but for some of our clients in our AMZ Together program, which is where we build everything and manage everything for them, we had to develop that team anyway. So when we asked people who are having success or people who are struggling, yo, what's the biggest risk we had? We noticed that it was PPC. So we'd be doing our people a disjustice not to offer that. So I just want to throw that out, and we can chat off the records. Anybody watching this who has questions about that, you can just email us, support@theamzformula.com, because there's no website to go buy this. We're not selling this. If you're in our world, we just want to serve you. We want to see you win, right? So we could chat about that. But once you understand PPC, man, it is phenomenal because you're getting new clients. And for your products, most of your products are perfect. When you can pay one time to acquire a customer that will continuously pay you, you're winning. So you're winning with that. So that's dope.
Question before you go.
Yeah.
Say for instance, on your ad, could you put subscribe and save somewhere on there so people could be more inclined to subscribe and save, like on your listing? Or
yeah, so on PPC on Amazon, for the most part, unless you're doing DSP or video ads, the advertisement's just going to show your listing and it's going to show it above all the other listings. So there's not really, like if you run a Facebook ad, it can be different pictures, it can be different videos. If you're running an ad on Google, it can be different videos, different pictures. When you're running PPC on Amazon, it's literally just taking your listing and putting it above everybody's. So the good thing is when they click on your ad and they land on your listing, it literally says in a big green button, save 10%, save $5, save $10 on subscribe and save. And then if you click that button, it does everything for you. So now what happens when they buy your product, they save at checkout, and then it's going to auto bill them each month, which is a win for you, a win for the client, and a win for Amazon, right? So that's very, very powerful. And what I would do, again, remember, amateurs monetize the front and experts monetize the back. When I was running bath and body kits, when I was running handmade soaps, I was doing body butters, salt scrubs, I was doing lip balms, I was doing bath bombs, I was killing it. All these products, when you use them, if they were good, you were going to reorder them. So I would actually make the deal irresistible, and I didn't care on the front end because I knew if you liked it, I knew what that conversion rate would be on the subscribe and save. So it's easier to get 100 people giving you X amount per month than it is to go out and get 100 new people each month. So that's how I was to grow my business. And now the good thing is when you have continuity baked into your business, which is recurring revenue, you have predictable sales each and every month. So if you know you're getting X amount of recurring predictable revenue each month, all the new sales that come in on that is just scaling each and every month. So that was a game changer for me. And that's a way to do it. And you can do all types of promos, which I just want to pour into you at the end. I've got some creative marketing ways for you because I know this business model. And I just want to see you win that. I know that you could go, some plays that you could go run to just bubble this thing up. I want you to cross that 100K. I got to get in touch with you, get your information. We could send you a 10K award, but I want to send you the 100K award. And hopefully next year I send you the $1 million award. When you get the $1 million award, you get to come out and kick it with me. We really dive into your business. I do a whole interactive, you spend 2 hours with me and I give you about 100K worth of value with me personally. You come out to Austin and I do that for free just to help you win, because if you hit $1 million, you can hit 10 million. You hit 10 million, you can sell for 100 million. So that's my whole goal is I do this for the passion, not the paycheck. So I want to send you all 3 of those awards. You got one, you got another one getting ready to come. So we talked about the subscribe and save. Your business and the products that you're selling are very, they can be promoted by influencers very, very easy. So my thing, I crushed it with influencers in all of my businesses. And one of the most underutilized strategy for marketing on physical products is influencers. In fact, if you look at Kylie Jenner, you look at Kylie Jenner, you look at Kim Kardashian, you look at Rihanna, you look at Jay-Z, you look at Kanye. We're talking about billionaires who became billionaires not through fashion, except Kanye, not through music. We're talking about through physical products. In fashion, Kanye still became a billionaire through physical products. So that's where the evaluation, the EBITDA multiple, the increase in net worth came from but it came from their influence. They didn't just create a brand and then just blew up. They were influencers. They had the influence, then they introduced a product. Like these products that they're pushing are just generic, regular private label brands. The reason why they're crushing is because of the influence. So let's talk about like a few different angles that you can hit these with. And if you email my team at support@theamzformula.com, say your name, say you're in the program, and ask for the Instagram course, IG formula, and also ask for Josh's shout out list in the Instagram course. And I'm going to give you my Instagram course for free. I'm also going to give you my list of influencers for free. They're in alphabetical order from A to Z. And what you're going to notice is we have a few on there that I've ran. One of them is called Support a Black Business. There's a lot of influencer-based businesses and shout-out pages that support minority-owned businesses, and they're very cheap. And guess what? There's a lot of people that want to support you, that want to pour into you, and they just don't know about you. So you can go run an ad on there for $20 or $30 and say, I'm running a promo for this month only. Get my product at 50% off when you subscribe and save. What is subscribe and save? That means Amazon's going to send you one every single month, so you'll never worry about a bald spot in your beard. You'll never worry about your beard being dry. You'll never worry about this. You'll never worry about that. Guess what? When it's Father's Day's approaching, run a promo on the influencer pages. When it's holiday season, like which is coming up right now, run these promos. So take some time and find all these pages that you want to promote on. You want to find, when you reach out to them in the Instagram course, I'm going to give you access to my script, exactly how to reach out to them, what to say. And everybody inside, like my max, my inner circle, they get all of this as well. But you want to reach out to these people and you want to find out their demographics, you want to find out their geographics, and if it meets your product criteria, run promos with them. Now here's where people mess up. They try to run promos on these pages to sell their stuff at top dollar to make as much as possible. That's an amateur move. An expert will lose on the front end. So when you're doing these, run special promos, send them to promos, send them to deals. What's gonna happen? A few things. There's many variables that go into ranking products on Amazon or to altering the Amazon algorithm, which means increasing your rank. Remember, the goal is number one. How do we increase our ranking? To essentially sell more than the rank that's next to us. So if we're number 10 and we want to be number 9, we have to consistently outsell number 9 in order to take their place. So that's just one of the variables. But what Amazon loves is exterior-based traffic. So whenever we can send traffic outside of Amazon to Amazon, they're giving us high fives, they're dabbing us up, they're giving us hugs, because they're acquiring customers at significantly higher than what it costs them, which is free, to give us some brownie points in our ranking. They own the search. They own the search engine. So they're running ads every single day to bring people off Amazon onto Amazon, and we're doing it for free? Okay, give them an extra ranking point. Give them a couple extra ranking points. So what we found, one of the most effective ways to increase our ranking is to get exterior-based traffic outside of Amazon onto Amazon. And if we can do that profitably, then we can scale infinitely. And again, this comes from Russell again, which I've learned a lot from Russell. I've generated multiple 8 figures. I'm in his inner circle, $60,000 a year. I've spent a lot of money with Russell. I've been using their platform for a long time, and I've generated multiple 8 figures. I have all their awards in my other office. But another thing I noticed that he taught, which really stuck out, number one is amateurs monetize the front end, experts monetize the back end. That's number one. Number two is do the thing that is working until the results work. So you said you weren't getting the results you wanted. You're doing the thing. Keep doing it until you are where you want to be, right? And number three is whoever in any industry can outspend the majority will become the minority. What does that mean? The person making all the money is the person that can outspend everybody else. How can you outspend everybody else if everybody's hitting their limits on PPC within Amazon? Go outside of Amazon and spin ads. Well, everybody's doing Facebook, everybody's doing Google, everybody's doing PPC. Nobody's doing influencer marketing. Perfect example, somebody that's crushing it, running up the bag. Rich, shout out to Rich, shout out to Fashion Nova. Fashion Nova is one of the best companies in the world when it comes to influencers. Go to Fashion Nova's page, go to hashtag Fashion Nova, look at all the influencers tagging them, putting their ads in their page. They're spending tens of millions of dollars on this. Their company's crushing it with physical products in the clothing industry. Another one, shout out to Josh Snow Oral Care. crushing it. High end. They're doing millions of dollars a year on Amazon, driving traffic through influencers. Yeah, they run ads. They're crushing it with ads. They're crushing it with PPC on Amazon, but they're also crushing it with partnering with strategic influencers and pages on Instagram, pages on TikTok, influencers on YouTube who are going to do promos. So that's the Instagram play. Then we have the TikTok play. What you don't want to do is you don't want a banner that looks like something that you're going to cut out of a newspaper. You don't want your logo with 25% off buy now. Nobody's buying that crap, right? What you want is you want to find a gentleman that looks like your avatar. So, and for you, I know you know this, but for the viewers or the listeners, if you don't know this, what is your dream client? Spend some time knowing your dream client. If you know your dream client, all you got to do in your advertisement is show your dream client your dream client. So let me give you an example. Your dream client is someone who cares about their beard, right? It takes a long time to get a beard like that. It takes a lot of grooming, a lot of effort to maintain your beard and your beard not to be nappy and not to be messed up, right? So in an ad, I'm gonna have somebody like you. I might have somebody young, I might have somebody old, I might switch it up, right? Talking about how effortless it is to maintain my beard. Man, it used to take time for me to maintain my beard. Now, after using blank product, it's effortless. I put it into my routine. My beard grows. Like, what are the biggest pain points? It's been easier to grow, less patch spots, right? Not dry, not nappy. What are the pain points? Because people become consumers because it solves a problem or it ends a pain point, right? So what are the pain points? What are the problems they have? Show them their dream client. Hey, if you care about your beard like me, let me tell you about Sauce beard oils. I used to have patches on the sides of my chin. I couldn't get growth. But the essential oils, the argan oils, the so on and so forth that's inside of it, man, this thing is just magical. I used to have trouble keeping my beard fresh. It used to be nappy. I've tried other beard oils. They were greasy. You know what other competitors are doing and what you're doing and why yours is better. Showcase that. Slander what the competition is doing without saying them. You don't have to say their name, but slander them. One of the easiest ways to do this research too, by the way, while we're on it, just another gem, is to go to the top people in the industry. You know, if I ask you who's the top beard oil guy, you know who he is. You know the brand. Go on Amazon, click reviews, click categorically from 1 star, and then categorically from 5 star. Everything in the 1 star, make sure you're not doing that. Make sure you hit on why you're not doing that in your advertising. Everything that's in the 5 star, if you're not doing it, do it. And if you are doing it, showcase it in the advertising. For instance, if the number 1 guy in their 1 star, I'm seeing a repetitive amount of 1 reviews because it's greasy, I'm going to make sure mine's not greasy. And I'm going to make sure I'm hitting on all my advertisement why mine's not greasy, right? Number 2, if his on the 5 star, I'm noticing that the packaging comes shrink wrapped so it don't spill out or it leaks out. I'm just making stuff up. And I'm not doing that. I'm going to tell my supplier, yo, shrink wrap my thing and then put it in the box. That way there's no leakage. So now what you're doing, you're solidifying what's working and you're fixing what's not. And then that's a good formula for your advertising. This is why we're the best. This is what we do to be the best. These are the pain points we're ending. These are the problems we're solving. This is how we're helping you. When you're running the ads, do a discount, do something exclusive. And the way you can make it like really, really work, let's just say I was promoting with you on Instagram or TikTok and your page was geared around a certain theme, right? Let's just say it was like Cool Dads. The name of the page was just Cool Dads and their demographic was 35 to 55. Well, 35 to 55 male is probably going to buy beard oil because they got mustaches or beards. And if that's my audience, okay, cool. If I'm running a promo, am I going to say, hey, go check out my beard oil for Father's Day. It's 25% off. That may work, but what do you think sounds more authentic? For the Cool Dads only, I've got a super cool deal, right? You see what I'm saying? So it's the same verbiage, same objective, but it's more tailored to them. So when you're talking to these audiences, come up with stuff that's specific. This also helps you with tracking. So when you go into Amazon, if they're typing in promo code Cool Dads, or you're running a promo to Cool Dads and they click on that ad, they click on that link, they're using that terminology, you can tell the profitability from that advertisement. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So now you know, like, yo, if I paid $30 to promote on this page and I just got 100 sales at $25 each, does it make sense to run that every month? You see what I'm saying? So now, and then switch it up. And every platform you got to advertise differently. On YouTube, I'm going to do a review. I'm finding a man's page, man's fitness page, men's grooming page, barber page, anything that has to do with my dream customer. What is my dream customer? Maybe somebody that's athletic. If you're athletic, you take care of your body. If you're athletic and you got a beard, you're taking care of your beard, right? Barbershops. Here's another gym. And I may be going down the rabbit hole. Is it cool if we pour in a little bit? I know like this isn't scripted or none. Is it cool if I'm gonna hit you with this last gym?
I'm listening.
Okay, cool. Because I have a client, one of our top clients has done over $1 million in sales, crushing it. I gave him this play, and this is something I did. You can have business purchase orders and wholesale sales on Amazon without being a wholesale business. And that's how you can increase your UPT, which is unit per transactions. There's a lot of barbers out there that ain't making no money selling the big corporate products that don't want to make their own product but want to run up a little extra money. They don't got the money to go find a manufacturer. They don't got the time to want to make the stuff themselves. They don't want to make the stuff themselves. And they ain't making no money selling the big box stuff out the catalog. So now what you can do is in your packaging insert, know someone that owns a salon, know someone that owns a barbershop, know someone that would be interested in reselling our products. Reach out to this email for wholesale quantities. Now, if you just pick up 10 barbershops throughout the United States that don't want to make the stuff, they don't want to source the stuff, they don't want to create an online business, but they want to make a little bit of extra money. They don't want to be selling fake Jordans in the back of the shop. Come get with me. I'm going to give you more margins than anybody else. And now what are you doing? You got wholesale distributors selling your brand, so you're getting brand notoriety in their shops. Your brand is growing and your purchase orders are getting larger. You're making more money.
How to do that?
It's that easy. It's that easy. You don't have to have a special license. You don't got to do nothing crazy. Then you really want to take it a step, a level higher. And this is what I did. You can go on Upwork or Fiverr.com and you can hire a part-time VA, and you can have the VA go into the database in the United States. You can give them specific zip codes, specific states, or you can tell them spend the rest of the year going through all 52 states. And I want you to create my own personal database of all the African-American barbershops or all the barbershops in the United States, every single one of them, and categorize them in alphabetical order from A to Z. Then once you create that database for me, I want you to start sending them samples with this script. So they get a package in the mail. It's my products. Hey, my name is such and such, small family owned business and part-time barber and barber veteran. I've been in the industry for over 10 years and I've expanded into my own handmade product line. Chances are you're selling other people's stuff and you're making nothing from it. Right? There's no and then you introduce your products, your best-selling products, what you could sell it to them for, what they could sell it for, and how they could make more money selling your products and they can make selling the other products. And now you get 100, 200, 300, 400, 500 of them, you have more consistent business coming in. When a lot of people think about the Amazon thing, they think it's just selling a generic product on Amazon, trying to make as much money as possible. This is a real business and the sky is the limit. How many products you have, there is no limit. How much you can sell the business for, there is no limit. What different subsidiaries you can branch off and wholesale divisions and distributorships that you can create, there is no limit. This is just an entry point. It's just a starting ground for building a business. And that's what I did. I started our brand. We were doing 7 figures per year. I started exactly what I told you, creating wholesale divisions. I started white labeling and private labeling my own products, meaning I was selling my products unbranded to other people for big margins without being a manufacturer and making money doing nothing. And then I was selling my products branded to people for less money, getting more brand exposure while still profiting. And then I had my stuff on Amazon generating money like clockwork. And I ran that business up the first year, was all word of mouth directly through that package insert inside the product. I know you got a package insert. I talk about it in the AMZ formula. Add a little line. Know anybody with a salon or barbershop or anybody be interested in purchasing wholesale? Email me, support wholesale@thesauce.com. Cost you $5 for that email. See?
Right.
One sentence,
Okay.
you know what I mean? One sentence can make you a couple extra thousand a year. So that's a few different plays, man. That's a few different plays that you could run to really increase the bag. You know, the biggest mistake I made when I was starting out, and I was making, you know, I started out making nothing. My first few products failed. You know, everybody knows the story with me. But the biggest mistake I made was being content when I was crushing it. You should always be breaking, always innovating, and always staying hungry. How can I improve my margins? How can I improve my packaging? How can I improve my customer experience? How can I improve my product line? Right? Always be thinking about that. So that way you could always be growing, right? Because we were trained, if it's not broke, don't fix it. Oh, this thing's pumping out 10,000 a month. I'm gonna let it be. That was me. That was a mistake I made. I should have been constantly innovating, constantly improving, constantly scaling. So think about those few things. Always be asking yourself some questions, man. I think for you, man, what's holding you back from, 100K months is dialing in the PPC and dialing in the influencers. There's influencers, like people who are like, let's just say James Harden. You get James Harden to post your stuff, you're done. You're a millionaire overnight, multi-million. So that's an influencer. Now there's different stages to influencers. You have celebrities, you have massive influencers, right? So a celebrity would be James Harden. A big influencer would be Mr. Beast, right? And then you have micro influencers. Micro influencers are key. That's the guy on Instagram with 15,000 followers, right? Who has a men's wellness, right? That's the YouTuber with 8,000 followers that teaches people how to become a barber or teaches you how to, take care of your beard. Those are the low-hanging fruit where they're not going to knock your head off for advertising, and they have a semantically relevant audience that's going to give you a lot of paper, and it don't cost you a lot to advertise.
What about affiliate links? Letting people get the affiliate links to sell the products too?
Yeah, the affiliate links work well too. Usually with affiliate links, it's got to be a higher tier, so you can do it two ways. You either do it with a high price product or you do it with a high volume audience. That's the way to really make it work, because you could make it work, but you don't want to have to manage 100 affiliates, you paying out $100 here, $50 there, when you could just pay somebody once for a YouTube channel, pay somebody once per month for an Instagram, and have them run the content you give them and get sales. You know what I mean? Now, you can do something. You can always negotiate. This is the price up front. You could do a price per product, right? So what you could do is you could launch a beard oil in a specific fragrance. Let's just say it's this proprietary fragrance blend that you have that you never released. You can negotiate with somebody who's a huge influencer and say, this is also what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna launch this limited to 1,000 units. I'm gonna launch it with you and I'm gonna give you X percentage of sales versus paying you up front. Now you're incentivized to do this because you're making more than a flat rate fee and your audience is getting served at a higher level because this is the exclusive sauce fragrance that you can't get anywhere else. This is the bergamot citrus that I'll never release that you can't get anywhere that I've been holding on to, and we're only gonna do a product launch 3 times a year with you and we're gonna break bread on it. So you strategize it like that, you know what I mean? Something similar.
Okay, cool.
Got it?
Yeah, I'm soaking it in.
Cool, man. That's got the gears turning.
Yeah, they've been turning, but it's giving me it's lacing the shoes up, It's tying the shoes, it's putting me on to everything that I really, really need to know. Like I've been having these thoughts on how to do it. It's just knowing how to do it,
Hey man, success loves speed, man. You got to choose execution over excuses. So you're a part of the family. You're a part of the family for life. So any questions you got about any of the stuff in the program, anything we discussed, show up to the accountability calls. Email support at the AMZ Formula. Ask questions. Our team's there to help you. Bro, the two things I would focus on if I was you is PPC immediately. Rather you dive in a little bit more, put some more work in and do it yourself, you reach out to us and have us manage it for you. We're going to put some of the most brilliant minds that exist behind your brand so you ain't got to worry about that and manage everything for you. And then the influencers, bro. Reach out to the team. My team is on here. So they'll see this as well, but reach out to the team. They're going to give you my Instagram course for free. They're also going to give you the Instagram shout out pages that comes with the program and the script for the influencers. So start. You ain't got to go big, bro. Start with half a dozen. Start with 3. Start with 6. But start, right? So start with the influencer marketing. Dial in the PPC, whether it's with us or dial it in, put more work in. And that right there is going to double, triple, quadruple your business, especially before the holiday season.
A funnel that I haven't launched yet. I was just trying to keep up with my inventory because it was selling so much. So I was just trying to balance it out. I know as soon as I turn this funnel on that I've been working on.
Oh yeah.
It's just I have to keep up with my inventory. So I heard you was talking something about credit, where you can get your products on credit, and there's something on Amazon that's like for credit, right?
Yeah. So there's the Amazon Amazon offers a working capital, which is an invitation. So there's no like set limit, like you have to sell X or you have to be on their X. It's kind of like an invitation only. So you'll see it on your Seller Central dashboard. If not, email support, Amazon support, or give them a call and be like, hey, I'm growing. I'm going through growing pains. I want to order more inventory. Can you tell me if I'm eligible for Amazon working capital? And they'll give you access to funds at 6 to 10%. So I use that in the beginning when I was growing my business. If not, you can get a working capital loan. You can go to a local financial institution. And if you're not already using business credit, you need to build your business credit, because business credit is different than personal business. Personal credit is business credit is different than personal credit, because personal credit, you have credit utilizations and all these different parameters. With business credit, you can exhaust that whole thing and they'll give you much, much more. Number one. Number two, having business credit associated with the actual business will increase the evaluation for this business if you plan on selling it in the future, because the business line of credit will stay with the business. Just like if you have a UPS account and you have specific negotiated rates due to volume, that stays with the business. That increases the IP, which increases the evaluation for the company.
Okay, cool. I'll make sure I'm doing all that. Any specific banks that's the best for credit?
No, I would say stick to the small. I would always talk to the smaller banks where you're from, credit unions, small local banks. Start with them first. If not, then deal with ones that you had the longest relationships with. When it comes to business credit cards, I like Chase and American Express. Chase for traditional, American Express for charge cards. I'm huge on the gold. The platinum is great if you travel a lot, but when it comes to e-commerce and points and stuff like that, I would say the gold is better. Just because it's crazy the stuff that you could do with that gold card, and the amount of points. You're getting 4x points, just tons of benefits and features. And then the charge card, there's no limit. Whatever they give you, you can max that thing out, and it's interest free for 30 days. So you're getting 30-day loans every month. As long as you pay that thing off, you're not spending frivolously on it. It's free money. It's risk-free, interest-free money. So I like the gold card. I like the charge card. But Chase has some good ones as well.
Okay,
definitely start grinding the business credit, man.
Yeah, that's what I gotta do. I'm in all out of pocket, man. So.
Oh yeah, man. Tap into the credit. That's another mistake what I made is I grew up, if you can't pay for it cash, you can't afford it. Use cash. That was the biggest mistake I ever made in my life, man. I remember I was making millions of dollars. I couldn't buy a house, couldn't buy a new car. Business credit. Don't sleep on business credit, bro. And that's another thing I learned the hard way. I finally did build credit, and then I went to go get something in the business name. They're like, yo, you have no credit. I'm like, what you talking about? I got all these credit cards. I got good credit. Business credit has nothing to do with you and your credit score. You'll be the beneficiary and be able to get qualified for business credit, but your business credit and your personal credit, you got to build them up simultaneously. Most people say, well, I don't need it. I'm not scaling. When I was making a ton of money and I didn't have any mentors, I didn't have money for mentors. Before I started making a ton of money, I became a nuisance at the bank. I would go into the bank. I had no money. These people would tell me to get out. And then finally, an older white gentleman, he got to liking me, and he would give me the game. And he explained the best time to get a line of credit, the best time to get a loan, the best time to get a credit card is when you don't need it. So just because you don't need it, get access to those and let them sit. Because when the bank sees that, okay, he's approved for a line of credit, he's got a line of credit, but he ain't touched it in a year, guess what happens when you come and ask him for no money? Well, he don't need the money. Let me give him more money, right? So that's just the way it works. And then your age of your credit history is growing and so on and so forth. So start on business credit, man. It is huge. Just use it, don't abuse it. You know what I mean?
Right. So
Huge.
you answered a lot of my stuff I didn't even have to ask you. You was just going.
Yeah, man, I just want to pour into you. I'm excited, man. It's just, it's a blessing to be able to be a blessing. And, you know, the true reason I do this is just to see people crush it, man. So it touches my soul. It brings me a lot of happiness, you know, to see people run with the curriculum, run with the plays. And then, because this business changed me and my family's life. So I wish you the best. I'm super excited for you, man, and your family. And I just want to see you crush it, man. Implement the stuff, man. Stay in contact. Reach out to the team when you email them. Make sure I got your contact information. I can send you some gear and I can send you your trophy, man. So every day you're looking at the trophy. You see the 10K,
Right.
you're going to want the 100K. You get the 100K, you're going to want the million. You get the million, you come out here and kick it with me, and we'll blow your business up, man.
Okay, cool.
All right, brother. Any last words for anybody looking to start their business, man, and anybody who's maybe going through a rough patch, maybe wanting to give up? Any closing words, my brother?
Man, you better get with Josh. That's the only thing I'm gonna say. You better get with Josh, man.
My man.
Put affiliate links out that you gave me because people always ask me how I get on Amazon. A lot of people don't know how to get on Amazon. I just sent it to you. It's on them at that point.
Yep.
And I tell them that's the way how I learn.
Okay, bro. I appreciate it, man. It was a pleasure talking to you, man. Keep crushing it. Reach out. Make sure you shoot us that email, man, so we can help you, man. And we'll have to do this when you cross this million again.
Okay, cool. I'll be there.
All right, brother. God bless you. I'll talk to you soon.
Bless you too, man.
All right. Peace.